Well, it's exactly 2 years after the fatal Dana Flight 0992, the crash that claimed the lives of all passengers on board. The Accident Investigation Bureau on Tuesday, June the 3rd, released an updated interim report on the crash. A number of other things happened immediately after that crash. Some people did not only lose lives, they lost families, and they lost their property. Our guest this morning is Mr. Daniel Omonwumi. He's a victim by virtue of the fact that his property was destroyed. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
Very, very quickly, tell us the chronology of events on that day, because some of us were at work and we thought it was a train crash in somewhere in Lagos, and then some people said they're not really sure, and then it turned out it was an aircraft that crashed into a building and destroyed virtually the whole street.
Well, on that fateful day, precisely 3rd of June 2012, I was in church when I got the message, and on getting home, I met everything I left back destroyed by the plane crash. I lost 4 buildings to that crash.
Four
4 buildings.
buildings. How many properties do you have?
I have within the premises a building, a duplex, 2 warehouses, and a bungalow at the back. One of the warehouse was used for my furniture factory, while the other one were used to warehouse goods for other companies. We lost all this to the crash, including 4 fish ponds.
What is the estimate of this property, if you, just an estimate briefly?
Well, as at then, I was able to give the estimate to the public, but as I talk to you now, because of the insensitivity of the Dana company, we have proceeded to court. So the matter is in court. That is why we're not, in terms of giving the statistics, cash value, I'm aware it will not be right since I've presented my claims before the court.
Okay.
But I can tell you the things that were destroyed, but as for the cost, because all my claims have been put before the court, because I strongly have confidence in the judiciary that that is the last hope.
Okay. Now, you were saying that you heard while you were in church that there's been a plane crash.
Yes.
And you would have thought plane crash, I don't have anybody on the aircraft, so how does it affect me? And then you learned that it destroyed the 4 properties that you have within your complex. Now, when that happened, what did you do?
Well, when I heard about the plane crash, they told me that it crashed directly into my property. And the next thing was getting home. I just felt normally that with any right thinking people, the airline should know what to do to come to my aid, or the public world. But the reverse was the case. We end up being the one going after Dana Airline, right? My lawyer writes series of letters, all kinds of effort. They were not responding. You can't imagine that it is so evident that they don't even have the plan to pay, because every document they ask we have supplied. We make frantic effort to settle, for us to settle, to avoid going to court. But at every time they ask for this, we give them, they will ask for another thing. It's going to look as if they want to settle, but at the end of it, they are going to ask for something else. It will shock you to hear that they went ahead to apply to the court to throw out the case.
And you have proof for this?
I have proof for this, because at the end of the day, the court gave judgment in our favor.
Okay, so when all of that is happening, have you had any chance whatsoever to speak with anybody from the management of Dana?
Well, I think only one time I met one of their, human resource manager, who came and promised heaven on earth that they were going to do everything and return me to the state I was before the crash. Of course, that's what I expected, because it's not, some people ask, if they give you this, what will you tell? I said, no, it's not a fundraising exercise. All I'm requesting for them to return me to the state I was. He met me one time and said they were going to do this, and after that, they back out.
Okay, so when they backed out, did you make any effort? Because at some point, the thought of Nigerians was that the Ministry of Aviation would ensure that Dana will pay all compensation before they got their license back.
Yeah.
But that seems to not be the case in your own particular case. Did you contact the Ministry of Aviation?
I did not leave any stone unturned. I wrote to the president. I wrote to the Senate.
Did you get any
I even
message
got
from
a
the
reply
presidency?
from the Senate that the House Committee on Aviation is looking into it, and they will get back to me. Till today, nothing more. We wrote NCAA. NCAA invited Dana and myself and my lawyer to a meeting, and they said this thing should be trashed out. That they hope that was when Demorin was still in the office, and we thought it was going to end it there. But till today, they just don't want to do anything. They were represented by Yomi Oshikoya and other stuff, a law firm representing them here. They are just there deceiving Nigerians, go on the air that they have paid everybody payable. They have not paid a dime to me. The claims it's a pity that I can't be mentioning the figures here because it's before the court. The claims are such that it's able to destroy. That is all I've worked for God's sake. Today, we lost in that property, we lost 11 container warehouse for people. And these are things that is able to lead to breakdown of law and order.
Okay.
Well, it's a situation where obviously hopefully Dana officials are listening to this. There must be some sort of reason somewhere. Was anything explained to you? Maybe a breach in agreement, something you did? Are you sure there's nothing you've done that is making them stall this process so far? Because it doesn't make sense if Dana is coming on air to say we've compensated almost everybody that we're owing, and you are saying you've not been paid a dime, even till now.
Well, I want to say no to that because there's nothing that is expected of me that I've not done. Even they got an evaluator, who gave them the value, the evaluator called me, had series of meetings, invited me, asked for all kinds of documents.
Okay, so actually they've engaged with you to the extent where they know the value of your property.
They know, of course.
So the pothole here now is that it's for you to receive what you're supposed to be compensated with.
If you are aware sometimes that somebody went to seal up their office, office after about a year, I was the person. If they could destroy my property and they were not ready to do anything, I went ahead and sealed their office. Not until I went to that extent before they begin to take steps. And a day before the 1-year anniversary, they called my lawyer on phone and gave a verbal, somebody from Yomi Oshikoya, their lawyer, called my lawyer on phone, gave a verbal offer the very year because they were anticipating that there could be some disturbances. Then, after a year, they now made an offer that is far-fetched from what I lost.
Right, because now we're getting somewhere, right? They made an offer.
Yeah.
But it is not commensurate with what...
Far lower.
Okay, so how did you now take it up from there?
Now, initially, we packaged all the documents required, including the books that were printed from Malaysia. The receipt, everything, every document was intact, except for the document in the house, which were destroyed along with the house. But the plans and the CFO and everything shows what is there. The evaluator saw the plans of what is on ground. And with that, the evaluator is able to come up with a figure. Now, they saw that. I even saw the recommendation of the evaluator somehow, but they never knew.
And it measured up to what you were expecting.
Well, there are some areas of discrepancies because the evaluator did state to me clearly, categorically, because he did not know the house before the incident. But after he met with me, to some extent, the valuer and my valuer, they met, they exchanged words, so they saw the area of discrepancies. After that, it was communicated to Dana Air. And up to date, they fought tooth and nail to regain their business. They care less about what happened to me.
Okay, let me ask you again, just one. You mentioned the fact that some documents were in the house that you couldn't prove. Do you think that your inability to ask for a requisition using those documents could have stalled?
No. That will not in any way have effect because the things I could not locate, everything I have in the house were not bought in the bush. I went back to the base where I purchased them. We got the duplicate and we did the photocopy. We furnished them with it.
So what
They
were
have the addresses. They can contact those people, including the books. The books that were printed in Malaysia, they can go to that company and verify, for God's sake.
We have to wrap up now, but before we do that, I'm quite keen to find out. You have a property, 4 buildings, structure within that same premises. Was anybody in there when the incident happened?
We thank God everybody was out of the place. We were all in church.
Not a single soul
Not
was
a single
there.
soul was lost.
So
including
no
my
life
dog,
was
including
lost.
my dog. Everybody was
Your
preserved.
dog went to church that day?
No, somebody removed my dog a day before the
Amazing.
incident.
Wow.
Wow.
Somebody removed my dog from where my younger brother came to the house, removed the dog from where it is a day before the accident.
Wow. Okay. Church must have been awesome that particular
Then we
day.
were all, the rest of us were in church, 8 members of the family. We were all in church that day. And we were in church, and the accident took place at about 4:10. We closed service at about 1. But the bishop called a meeting of all the provincial pastors, which by the grace of God I was privileged to be one. And I asked my family to wait behind for me. So that was what saved our lives.
Wow. Okay. Well, we're hoping. What's your final word to Dana now and to Nigerians, and especially the federal government, who should ensure that if they're giving license back to Dana, that Dana will do what he was supposed to do?
Well,
Very
I
quickly.
told you that the matter is in court already. I have confidence in the judiciary because from the first attempt for them to throw out the case, the court ruled in my favor, and the application was thrown out. You know, if they want to pay, they wouldn't have gone to that extent. So the application was thrown out. I have confidence in the judiciary. I know it may take time, but justice will be done.
Okay.
Right.
That's a very good
That's a very good
message
one.
to take away. It might take time,
But
but
justice
justice
will
will
be
be done. Though some people will say justice delayed is denied, but in this case, in the case of Mr. Daniel Omomi, it might take time, but justice will be done. Thank you very much, Mr. Omomi. Great to have you on Sunrise, and we hope that Dana will do the needful, as they say.
I hope so. God will help them.
All right. Sunrise will have to wrap up now. We want to say thank you for being with us all through from 9 a.m. this morning. And
It's
we
12
hope-
already.
Yes, and it's just about
Almost,
it.
okay.
Almost 12 now. So we hope you've had fun, and we're looking forward to having you again next week. Same time, same place, as they
Thanks.
say.
And don't forget, let's tell them again, because people have been asking about the number to send the
Oh,
cancer
yes.
code to.
The
Yes.
cancer thing, a lot of tweets. We
A
can't
lot
take
of
all your
tweets.
tweets now because we don't have all the time, but we will say to you what you must remember is just text the word CANCER, cancer, to the number 44777. That's 44777.
From any network.
Any network, just text it to them. You'll be giving 100 naira, and you can do that over and over again.
We need to have that.
Yes, we will put that out on our website as well. My name is Kadi Akintemi. Here's hoping you've had fun with us, and we're looking forward to having you back next Saturday, same time.
I'm also Adeshewa Josh. Thanks so much for being a part of the program.
So have a great weekend.